Well, if you thought we were done with the White House series, then think again. We are just getting started, my friends. Our country is beautiful. I've traveled around the country in the last many months, and I've seen some really incredible work out here. People are doing amazing work out here, and you see that in a second. More recently, I have been given the privilege to actually work with a lot of diasporans living in all kinds of places, and helping folks with their journeys back home. And we've done a lot of this through construction, land issues, renovations, and more. And this journey today brings us to the shores of Lake Lolwe on the southern side of the lake. So, folks, welcome to Kendu Bay, the home of the famous Simbi Nyaema, which is a mythical village that was mysteriously turned into a lake after one Nyalego was not welcomed. Please take a moment to fear girls from Malego. I not want to say much about that because I know I'm going to get in trouble with my sisters from all those who were married in Malego. So I'll leave it at that. But yes, Kendu Bay has finally taken its rightful place in heaven. By the way, my folks from Kendu are simply nuts. That's just how I see it. Because recently, I think they just got one raggedy bank for the first time. And now look at what they're doing. They're simply breaking all records. Just one bank, and they're all going crazy. So if you did not know, Kendu is well known for producing some of the sharpest minds that Nyanza has produced in the last century. Most people think of other places, but I tell you, if you know Nyanza very well, Kendu produces some of the sharpest mind you're going to run into in Nyanza. And they're known for many things. One other thing that I hear a lot is that folks from Kendu are known for eating life with a large spoon. Interesting enough, it turns out that when they do so, they don't typically do that at home. I meet folks from Kendu in the US, in Europe, in Karateng, and many other amazing places. And you'd be surprised how much they've really influenced places beyond the borders of Kendu. So, folks, if you didn't know anything about Kendu, I'm going to share with you a little bit about Kendu. I'm not an expert, so I'm hoping to also learn from folks who come from Kendu, because there's so much to learn about this place that I was absolutely shocked. I've often driven through Kendu, but I've never really taken the time to spend a full day as I did this time around. So I came to spend a day, learn and see what's going on. And this is actually one other White House that has a river adjacent to it. So unlike the White House that I went to in Nandi, this particular White House has also a very big river right outside the walls, the perimeter walls that you're looking at. So in a second or third video, I'm going to show you what's happening beyond the wall, where the river is. And my guess would be that this is River Awach. But I could be wrong. So folks from Kendu can help us clarify that. So I've never really understood why a lot of folks from Kendu love spending time away from Kendu, yet this place is absolutely amazing. Maybe it's because of their adventurous spirit, or maybe the weather might have something to do with it, because Kendu is hot. My friend, Kendu is like the devil's something that I will not mention here. Kendu is hot, but is absolutely beautiful. I didn't get the chance to film beyond the borders of these walls, and maybe we'll do that another day to just give you a sense of what it looks like broadly, because in this video, I'm simply going to focus on this incredible mansion. So perhaps folks from Kendu can tell us why a lot of folks that come from Kendu end up living in places other than this amazing place. So you tell us why. Or the other thing that we are not sure about is why girls from Kendu who are married elsewhere have this tradition of going back every August to visit their home. I've been told that sisters from Kendu have this tradition or this annual pilgrimage where they travel back to their villages where they were born and raised to spend time specifically around August. I'm told every August they insist on traveling back home without kids, without spouses, and when they come back, they insist don't ask any questions. So Folks who know more about that can clarify that. But for that's a story for another day. This afternoon, I'm actually spending time with a friend. This is a great friend of mine who lives in diaspora, but he's also a returnee who is working his way back. He's done quite a bit. In fact, many of the materials that have been used in this house, especially for the structure, he made by himself at his site. A lot of the materials that are on it too were imported, and I'll explain most of that in maybe the second or the third video. But this house was actually completely built using concrete blocks, all made here. I'm one of those people that I usually recommend against concrete products made in Kenya, because a lot of times people tend to cut cost. And then if it is blocks you're buying, you're going to lose a lot because of poor quality. But this friend of mine really makes high quality blocks. If you're interested, let me know. I can hook you up with him if you're looking for blocks. So I'm telling you folks that the owners of this home are just as amazing as their castle. They graciously allowed us to film and to inspire others who might think that returning home and developing a life of dignity in the village is out of reach. One of the main reasons that I keep sharing these videos is that it allows many folks in diaspora to see the potential that our home offers, the potential for a life of dignity in the village, because this is right deep in the village. In fact, I'll tell you that there is nothing in a regular American home that you will not find in this home. If it is size you're looking for, they've got it. If it is perfection you're looking for, here is the home. If you're looking for multiple kitchen, multiple bathrooms, multiple bedrooms, office space, 2-car garage, lofts, and all that, they've got it. I honestly cannot think of a single thing that you'd find in a typical American home that is missing in here. And it is possible. For those who didn't believe it, it is possible to build a life of dignity right in the village. With the right people and the right support, it works just fine. You don't have to be character developed. And I say that because those of us who already built have been character developed. And you don't have to go through that because we now have systems that work. So I will do a second and perhaps maybe a third video where I'll allow you to experience the interiors of this house. And if you think the exteriors are amazing, wait till you come with me inside. The interiors are on another level. Whether you're talking the flooring, the paintwork, woodworks, kitchen, safety systems, and a whole lot more. Wait till you get inside. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So all I can say is that Kendu is a place that is really easy to ignore, especially for those of us who come from Kisumu and other parts of Nyanza. It's very easy to just drive by Kendu without paying attention. But wait till you take the time to spend even just a day in this place. It'll change your perspective, and mine really changed. In fact, where I was raised is just about 20 minutes from this town. And so I'm very familiar with it, but I've never spent a full day in Kendu. So this experience really changed my mind. So if you've never been to Kendu, you should come. So I say, spend even just a day, you'll see what I'm talking about. In fact, by the time I was leaving in the evening, I was really tempted to begin looking for land. Because, some of the things I saw were just breathtaking. So, by the way, if you didn't know this, Kendu is actually the birthplace of the late Barack Obama Sr., who is the father to the previous U.S. President Barack Obama. This is their original ancestral land, I believe. And if I'm wrong, unless somebody should correct me, but I believe their family moved from this place. This is where they were born, and then they moved to the new Kogelo, which is somewhere in Siaya. And again, for many years, Kendu was known as the entertainment capital of Nyanza. I think they used to have like a massive show with musicians and all kinds of fun things going on in Kendu. And that tradition seemed to have faded out. I'm not sure why, but those are some of the things that I heard growing up. And in fact, Kendu is one of the only places in Nyanza, in Western Kenya, where you will find flamingos. And from the home that I visited, this place right here, I believe the flamingos are only less than 5 miles away. And if you want to experience that without having to travel far, Kendu is the place to go. I would my guess is that it's probably about maybe less than 20 minutes from Homa Bay town, and maybe another 15-20 minutes drive from Oyugis town. So its location is also relatively ideal, and it's located right by the shores of Lake Lolwe. They've got a pier. I don't know if the pier still exists, but many years ago they used to have a pier there that would take folks from Kendu to Kisumu and all that. But I know at some point that faded off. But yeah, for those who are current with that information, you can share with us. So for folks looking to move back and you're not sure a place to explore, yes, Karateng is your first choice. But your close second choice is Kendu Bay. This is one place I would highly recommend to any of my viewers out there in diaspora. Because this place, like I told you, absolutely blew all my expectations. Again, as a man coming from Kendu Bay. So folks, for this part 1 series, I say welcome to Kendu, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.